Welcome to Tell Me More Stories Told as podcast.
We're excited you're joining us.
Today, get ready for an adventure, really. We're diving into the captivating story of Park Jimin.
Known to the world, of course, as Jimin.
Exactly. And we're not just talking dates and facts here. We want to unearth the journey, the real story of this South Korean artist's rise.
Yeah, we've gathered quite a bit, tracing his path, from Busan all the way to global stardom.
From his early days right up to his latest achievements.
Our mission today, basically, is to explore what makes his story so compelling.
And maybe uncover some surprising twists along the way.
Hopefully. There are always interesting turns.
Okay, so let's kick things off right at the start. Busan, October 13th, 1995.
That's where Park Jimin was born. Belongs to the Milyang Park clan, which has deep roots.
And his family. Parents and a younger brother, right?
That's right. He grew up there, attended Hodong Elementary and Yonsan Middle School. Pretty typical beginnings in Busan.
But middle school seems like where things started shifting, artistically speaking.
Definitely. That's when he got into dance. Seriously into it. Learned popping and locking at Just Dance Academy.
Ah, okay, so the seeds of that incredible dancer we see today were planted early.
You could say that. And it wasn't just a hobby. He went on to study contemporary dance at Busan High School of Arts.
And he was good.
Yeah.
Like, really good.
Apparently a top student, so much so that a teacher actually encouraged him, you should audition for an entertainment company.
Wow. That must have been a huge moment, that little nudge.
Changed everything, potentially. He passed auditions for Big Hit Entertainment in 2012.
The trainee system. That's a massive step in K-pop.
It is. And he transferred to Korean Arts High School, graduating in 2014. But he didn't stop studying.
No, not at all. Much later, August 2020, he graduates from Global Cyber University.
Yeah.
Major in broadcasting and entertainment.
And get this, he received the President's Award.
The highest honor, while being a global superstar.
Exactly. Speaks volumes about his dedication.
Absolutely. And he kept going.
Yep. As of 2021, he was pursuing an MBA in advertising and media at Hanyang Cyber University.
So always learning, always growing. It sets the stage, doesn't it, for his career with BTS?
It really does. And that's the next big chapter, joining BTS.
What's interesting here is that he was the last one in, right?
Yeah, the final member to join the lineup that became BTS, and his training period was surprisingly short.
How short?
Just 6 months before debut, which is kind of amazing considering how long some train.
6 months. That's intense. Then boom, debut, June 13th, 2013.
Vocalist, dancer, no more dream.
From Too Cool for School. A really powerful debut.
It was, and within BTS, he started carving out his own sound, too, with solo tracks.
Right, there were 3 key ones under the BTS banner. First was Lie.
Lie, yeah, from the Wings album in 2016, described as stunning, dramatic, quite dark undertones.
A real contrast to the next one, Serendipity.
Totally. That was 2017, Love Yourself, Her. Soft, sensual, really exploring the joy and vulnerability of love.
It showed incredible range. People really connected with that one.
They did. And then Filter in 2020 from Map of the Soul, 7.
That had a Latin pop feel, didn't it?
Yeah, and the whole idea was about exploring different sides of himself. He also co-wrote and co-produced Friends on that album.
Which ended up in a Marvel movie, Eternals.
Wild, right? Shows their reach.
And these solos weren't just album tracks. They made serious waves. Serendipity and Lie hit 50 million Spotify streams back in 2018.
He was the first Korean artist with 3 solo tracks over that mark. That's significant individual pull.
Definitely. And they ranked high on the UK charts, too, among BTS's most streamed songs.
Highlighting that international appeal early on.
Plus, Serendipity's music video hitting 100 million views on YouTube, first among the solos.
Yeah, May 2019, fans were clearly invested in his personal artistic voice.
And Filter just kept that momentum going, didn't it? Debuted on the Billboard Hot 100.
Number 87 and hit number 1 on the World Digital Song Sales chart. Huge streaming debut on Spotify for a Korean song at the time.
Fastest Korean solo to hit, what, 20 to 60 million streams?
Something like that, yeah. Records kept falling.
It even got a Song of the Year nomination at the GAN Chart Music Awards, right? The only solo track from the album.
That's right. And it stayed on the Billboard World Digital chart for ages, 80 weeks. Longest charting Korean song from 2020.
Just shows his staying power. Beyond the music, though, there was official recognition, too.
Oh, yeah. The Hwagwon Order of Cultural Merit in 2018.
Awarded by the President of South Korea, that's a massive honor.
It is, for promoting Korean culture globally, which they absolutely did.
And then being appointed special presidential envoys in 2021.
For future generations and culture, taking their influence to, diplomatic levels. representing youth on a global stage.
Incredible trajectory. But alongside all this group success, he was doing his own thing too, right from the early days.
Solo work started quite early. Collaborations first. Remember Christmas Day with Jungkook?
Oh yeah, the Justin Bieber cover from 2014. Jimin wrote the Korean lyric.
He did. And they did another cover together in 2017, Charlie Puth's We Don't Talk Anymore.
That one got rave reviews. Teen Vogue called it all the more lovely.
And Flair magazine even suggested it might be better than the original. High praise.
Seriously.
Yeah.
He also popped up on variety shows, right? Showcasing his personality.
Yeah. Hello, counselor. Please take care of my refrigerator. Served as a special MC on music shows, too. And that dance duet with Taemin from SHINee.
Oh, wow. At the KBS Song Festival in 2016. That must have been legendary for dance fans.
It was a huge deal. Two incredible dancers together.
Then came Promise. December 2018. Released for free on SoundCloud.
And it just exploded. Biggest 24-hour debut in SoundCloud history at the time, 8.5 million streams.
Broke Drake's record, didn't it?
It did. And by late 2021, it was the most streamed song ever on SoundCloud, over 300 million.
And he co-composed and co-wrote it, really showing his songwriting chops.
Absolutely. A truly personal gift to fans that resonated massively.
He followed that up with Christmas Love in December 2020.
Another heartfelt track about childhood holiday memories. Very sweet.
Then the soundtrack contribution for Our Blues in 2022. With You.
Yeah, a duet with Ha Sung-woon showed his versatility again, fitting into that dramas vibe.
Okay, let's pause here for a second. If you're enjoying this deep dive into Jimin's incredible journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button for Tell Me More Stories Told This podcast. We got many more stories like this coming your way, and you won't want to miss them.
Definitely subscribe. Okay, so back to Jimin's solo path. 2023 was just massive for him.
It really felt like a turning point. Started with featuring on Taeyang's Vibe, right?
Yeah, in January. He co-wrote it too, and that got him his first solo entry on the Billboard Hot 100, number 76.
A huge milestone. And then the fashion world came calling. Big time.
Global ambassador for Dior in January, then Tiffany & Co. in March. Major luxury brands.
Aligning with icons.
Yeah.
And then Promise and Christmas Love finally hit streaming platforms officially.
March 6th, 2023. Fans were thrilled about that.
And then the main event. His debut solo album, Face.
Released March 24th, 2023. Huge success. #1 in South Korea and Japan.
And #2 on the US Billboard 200. The highest ever for a Korean solo artist at that time.
Just incredible charting. And the singles, Set Me Free P2 and Like Crazy.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
History made. Debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
The first South Korean solo artist ever to do that. Just, wow.
Truly groundbreaking. And that made him the first Korean soloist to top the Billboard Artist 100 chart, too.
Yep. Cemented his status as a major solo force globally.
He was also on the Fast X soundtrack, Angel P1.
Yeah, May 2023, with Kodak Black, NLE Choppa, showing that genre flexibility again.
Seemed like he was everywhere. Then he dropped Closer Than This at the end of 2023.
A digital single, a song for the fans, Army Y, recorded during the Face sessions, a really nice gesture.
Very touching. And even during his military service, his music continued. Muse came out July 2024.
His second solo album, supported by Smeraldo Garden Marching Band and Who.
And Who did incredibly well globally.
Debuted at #1 on both Billboard Global charts, Global 200 and Global X School. U.S. continued dominance.
And here's something amazing. Who became the longest charting song by a Korean artist on the Billboard Hot 100?
Longer than Dynamite, 33 weeks. That's a massive record to hold.
It really solidifies his power as both a group member and a solo star. So let's talk about his artistry itself. What defines Jimin as a performer?
Well, vocally, he's often described as having delicate and sweet tones. It's quite distinct.
But the dancing? That's arguably where he first captured so many people's attention.
Absolutely. He's considered an exceptional dancer. Smooth, elegant movements, incredible stage presence. He just commands the stage.
And he pushes himself hard. Perfectionism seems to be a key trait.
He's talked about it, yeah. In the Burn the Stage documentary, that drive to excel in both singing and dancing.
Always trying different genres, too.
Exactly. And he's cited singer Rain as a big inspiration, someone who made him want to perform.
You can see how that drive translates into his impact, which is just immense.
Undeniably, Gallup Korea's most popular idol in 2018, Andy 2019.
The only idol to top that survey 2 years running. That's huge public appeal in Korea.
And globally, He was one of the most tweeted about celebrities and musicians in 2018.
The Guardian even named him one of the best boy band members in history.
High praise from a major publication like that.
And within the K-pop industry itself, he's seen as a role model, isn't he?
Oh, definitely. Idol of idols, Rookie's Bible. Those nicknames tell you something. So many younger artists look up to him.
Citing his dance, his stage presence.
Yeah, members from groups like Stray Kids, ATEEZ, TXT, and Hypen. The list is long. He's genuinely influenced the next generation.
That's incredible. And the influence spreads further still, sometimes in unexpected ways, like the Olympic figure skater Yuzuru Hanyu.
Citing Jimin as inspiration for dance movements, amazing crossover appeal.
And the Ryan Gosling story, gifting him Ken's guitar from the Barbie movie.
Because Jimin's permission to dance outfit inspired one of Ken's looks is such a fun, surreal connection.
Shows that cultural reach. And Forbes Korea recognized his power in 2024.
Number 7 on their Power Celebrity 40 list, highest K-pop soloist.
And he's getting a Madame Tussauds figure in 2025, right?
Yep, joining the Hot 100 list there. Another marker of that global icon status.
It's clear his impact is huge. But there's another side to him that's just as impressive. His philanthropy.
He's been incredibly consistent and generous with giving back, a real supporter of education and the arts.
Started close to home, right? Helping students at his old elementary school in Busan.
Yeah, covered uniform costs for years. And when the school closed, he donated uniforms and signed albums to the last graduating class. Such a thoughtful gesture.
And big donations, too, like $100 million to the Busan Department of Education in 2019.
To help low-income students. Part of it went specifically to Busan Arts High School, another alma mater.
He seems really committed to supporting education across the board.
Definitely. Donations to the Jeonnam Future Education Foundation for scholarships, Rotary International for polio patients. He became part of the Green Nobel Club for major donors to the Children's Foundation.
He just keeps giving. Donations to other education offices, earthquake relief for Turkey and Syria.
Support for reading programs, the Hometown Love donation system in Busan, where he gave the max and redonated the return gifts.
He even got into their Donor Hall of Fame for that.
And it continues. Scholarships in South Gyeongsang in 2024, support for soldiers and families, housing for the elderly. It's extensive and ongoing.
Truly inspiring use of his platform. Now, briefly on his personal life. He lived with the members for a long time.
In Hanamdong, Seoul.
Yeah.
Then he bought his own place there in 2021.
And he's had some health bumps along the way, which isn't surprising given the demands.
Yeah, neck and shoulder issues on the Wings tour, muscle pain on the Love Yourself tour, had to miss some shows. It's physically grueling work.
And he had appendicitis and COVID in 2022.
Thankfully recovered well from both.
And then, the big step. Mandatory military service starting December 2023.
Enlisted as an active duty soldier. Completed basic training in January 2024.
And graduated as the outstanding trainee. Received a commendation.
Yes. Appointed to an artillery unit. And by June 2024, he'd earned an early promotion and was named a special class warrior. Excelling even there.
Shows that same dedication.
No.
Okay, before we wrap up, we have to mention this fun fact.
Oh, yeah.
The Guinness World Record. Fastest solo K-pop artist male to hit 1 billion streams on Spotify.
How fast?
393 days.
Wow. Just 393 days to reach 1 billion streams? That's staggering. Sums up his solo impact perfectly.
It really does.
Yeah.
So when you put it all together, Jimin's journey is just this incredible testament to dedication, immense talent, and that genuine connection he has with people globally.
From that top dance student in Busan to breaking records worldwide and consistently giving back so generously. It's quite a story, full of inspiring moments.
It really is. And looking at everything we've talked about, his artistry, his impact, his philanthropy, it does make you think, doesn't it?
How does one person's passion, their hard work, create such huge ripples? Yeah. Across music, across culture, even in helping others?
Exactly. How does that individual drive translate into such a massive, positive global impact? It's something fascinating to ponder as you go about your day.
A great thought to leave our listeners with. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
And remember to subscribe to Tell Me More Stories Told This podcast for more stories like Jimin's.